Hey, welcome back to the 30s Guide for Life. My name is Priska, and in today's video, we are talking about the 6 ways that I still waste money. We have been in this personal finance series for a few videos now, and you might think that I have total self-control, which means I must be a gazillionaire by now. But that is not the case. In fact, there are ways that I calculate that I have extra spending money, and these are some of them. But some of them might surprise you because they're not really waste of money. To me, they are calculated expenses that keep me from having bigger expenses, which in today's world is called saving money. But let's be honest, that's just spending less money. So really, this video is about the 6 ways that I spend less money in certain categories that might surprise you. You are in your personal finance journey. Maybe you just started a budget, or maybe you have Dave Ramsey on speed dial. But either way, budgeting is the first step to getting a hold of your money. Before you even start saving or investing, you gotta know where your money is even going. So when you first start to budget and you have a big financial goal, such as saving up the down payment for a house, or paying down your house mortgage, or saving up for a big international vacation, whatever you're saving for, you're going to be tempted to live so strict that it's unsustainable. I mean peanut butter and jellies for the next 17 years. And while that might work for a few days or a few weeks, it wouldn't work for me for a few weeks, it's definitely not going to work long term. So you need to find ways to cut costs while also still living your life. I'm really big into budgeting, and I started budgeting when I got into credit card debt, actually twice, that's another story. But when you're trying to pay off credit card debt, you might go to extremes of cutting costs, but when you're in the flow of things and your income starts to increase, then you can add things back into your budget just as long as you're keeping an eye on it. One of those things for me was a gym membership. I cut my gym membership when I was trying to pay off credit card debt, and then after that I realized I don't work out anymore. There's a life principle that you will hear me mention many times, and that is that if it costs you nothing, it's worth nothing to you. There's some kind of weird magic about paying for a monthly gym membership that makes you want to go to the gym more often. So if you have health goals along with your financial goals, a gym membership might be good for you. There are gym memberships that are $10. I've never really used those gyms because I heard they smell like pepperoni pizza and donuts. And I've paid for gym memberships that were $150 a month. At this point, I'm paying for a $60 workout class membership, and it's one of my workouts every single week. I also have my apartment gym that I frequent, and I go walk outside every single day. I've gotten into pretty good self-control and discipline and exercising, but it's still really helpful for me to have that once a week. I know I have a calendar appointment, and I'm already paying for it, so I better show up. So now I'm curious, is that something that you've noticed in your life? If you're paying for something already, do you tend to utilize it more, or is it a dollar gone and you kind of forgot about it? Moving on to another cost that some people would consider a waste of money, but it is so important to me, and that is organic food. Now, organic food tends to be 30 to 50% more expensive, but the alternative is eating inorganic food, which for me all tastes like water. And the reason that is because they use... Hey, Russell?
Yeah.
What is the thing they put in plants that makes them inorganic but makes them grow faster? Not steroids. What is it?
Fertilizer? GMO?
The reason why that is that inorganic vegetables are grown with GMOs, which are genetically modified organisms. They're basically like steroids that cause the fruit to grow faster and larger, and at the cost of flavor. So whereas you might have an organic tomato that's this big and costs you 50 cents, an inorganic tomato is going to be twice the size and cost you 25 cents, but you're going to get half the flavor. So you're actually going to be more satisfied on the smaller thing than the larger thing. At least that's what I've noticed in my experience. If you want to test this out, I double dog dare you to go buy salad ingredients at your local grocer, buy an inorganic version with lettuce, tomato, and cucumber, buy an organic version with lettuce, tomato, and cucumber, and then report your findings back to me. I guarantee you will think the organic version tastes better. And if you're someone who's been trying to get more into eating vegetables or salads or smoothies or whatever, definitely try organic fruits and vegetables because it is going to pay off so much for you long term. It is a sustainable way to make a habit out of eating your fruits and vegetables. The third thing that I budget wasting money on is books. I buy physical books myself, either at Amazon or a local bookshop, and I also have an Audible membership that my husband uses because he listens to books. And none of that is a waste because education and intellectual training and opening up your perspective is something that will last you for your entire life, and in fact, it will enrich every part of your life. Sometimes it's easy for us to undervalue books because it's something that doesn't give you a physical value. Even with a physical book, the value is how it grows your mind. So a book might cost $15 to $30 and you don't hesitate to spend that on dinner, but you do on a book because at dinner that is a real experience, and maybe just because you're in the habit of spending money on dinner. Now there is a budget-friendly way to read physical books. I could go to the library, but when I tried that, I ended up not reading as much. I read about 1 to 2 books a month, and I also like to write in my books, kind of like I'm talking with the author back and forth. That makes me sound crazy. Anyway, you can't do that with rented books from the library, and that is a really meaningful part of my days, reading and writing and expanding my perspective through books. So it's definitely something I have a line item in my budget for, and it's not going anywhere. The fourth thing that might seem like a waste of money to penny pinchers, but is of great value to me, is the money I budget for our date night every month. I've been married for 4.5 years, and at least once a month, if not more, we have a scheduled date night, and I have a line item in my budget for that night. So when it comes to date night, I'm not worried. Did I budget the money for this? Are we spending too much on this? I'm just enjoying the moment. And the way I think about it is that the money and time you put invested into your marriage leads to your personal happiness and life satisfaction, your children's, their children's, because if you grow apart over your lives and you get divorced, that is going to be really costly. So go ahead and budget that money in and build into your marriage. Don't wait until you're down the road and say, I wish I would have spent more energy or time or money on my marriage. Do it now when things are still good, and you'll prevent some of the problems that you could be having in miscommunication and disunity and fighting in the future, okay? The next way that I waste money is on international travel, and I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek because you can access so many of the advantages of international travel through YouTube and Instagram. You can see the sites through pictures or videos, but you're not experiencing it for yourself. And something definitively changes about you when you experience international travel, especially immersing yourself in another culture. Now, I've been to Europe, Africa, and Asia, but there are so many more places I am dying to go, and I actually keep this travel scratch-off map right here. And it reminds me that even though I've been to several countries and I've had a lot of experiences that have changed me, there is so much more. Every country in gold up there is one I want to travel to and scratch off my map, but mainly just experience it because those experiences change you for the rest of your life. And lastly, the final way that I spend money that might seem like a waste to other people is using Rent the Runway. Now, to me, this is not purely a financial decision, but finances obviously play a role in it because it is something that I budget for. My Rent the Runway membership is about $80, and that's like 1 or 2 items of clothing for me. I pay that monthly, and I'm able to rent 4 items a month. And when I'm done with them, I send them back. They get used by someone else, I get a new shipment of clothes. Now, it might seem like a waste of money because it's something that I wouldn't be able to do for every outfit I ever wear, but it's nice to have those special pieces like a holiday dress or a special occasion dress, a formal, a bridesmaid's dress, those types of things you say you're going to wear again, so when you spend hundreds of dollars on it, you don't think about it, but be honest, do you ever wear it again? Maybe once, but probably it's been sitting in your closet since the first and only time you wore it. Now, I personally only use Rent the Runway like half of the year because that's how much I'm willing to spend on it. But it is really nice that when I want a piece that is exciting and vibrant and maybe not something that would be part of my everyday collection, it's cool to have that special piece, wear it, and then send it back and know that it's not just sitting in the back of my closet collecting dust or rotting away in a landfill. The personal finance guru and coach Rachel Cruz says it this way: look around your house. All that stuff used to be money. So if you have a ton of clothing in your closet, it's time to sort through that, which I have a video called Declutter Your Closet. I'll put it down below. And maybe think about renting those special pieces that you're only going to wear once or twice. I'll put a link in the description box down below that allows you to try Rent the Runway for $30 off your first month, which is a great deal. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. That helps me out so much. Thank you. And while you're down there, leave me a comment and let me know what is one way that you still waste money. My name is Priska Jordan, and this is the 30s Guide to Life. We'll see you next week with a brand new video. Take care.